Thanks for watching Balls Deep Lotto Ticket, NFL Sunday Edition. A lot of people have had a lot of questions for Balls Deep lately. They've said, are the Saints really this bad? Yes, they are. The Saints are going to have an awful year. I'll be really surprised if that team can get to 500. I'd be really surprised if they win 7 games, given the adversity that they've faced with the NFL, with the bounties, the loss of their coach, Sean Payton, like some pretty big deals. They've lost a lot of leaders. It's going to be really hard for them to overcome this. They've already got 2 home losses to pretty stinky teams. In other news, Jamal Charles for the Kansas City Chiefs showed me that he is all the way back. You don't fluke into a 250-yard game. It's pretty hard to do that. The guy had a 90-yard run. Most NFL running backs can't run 90 yards without getting caught, but he did it. Jamal Charles is back. C.J. Spiller, he looked incredible, and then he got hurt. So once again, C.J. Spiller, anybody who traded that guy sold high. C.J. Spiller had a shitload of value. If you traded C.J. Spiller, you sold high. If you got Jamal Charles off a couple bad games, you just bought low. You know, look at the NFL right now. I mean, Megatron was shut down for the entire first half. He comes out in the second half, has like 10 catches for 150 yards and a touchdown. He's unstoppable. He will eventually find a way to get that ball. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is, though Matt Stafford did get hurt. Reggie Bush got hurt. Reggie Bush was on his way to another big year. It looks like he found some kind of mid-career mojo, and he's completely turned it around the last season. He's playing great. He got hurt today against the Jets. The Jets had a total bullshit win. The Dolphins missed field goals over and over to lose that game. If you took Tampa Bay plus the 7.5 against the Cowboys, you're really happy right now. Your team was down the whole game. You know, they were down, what, double digits at the end, or 9 points at the end. Tampa Bay kicks a field goal, you know, with a minute left, even though they need 2 scores because they had to get to 10 points one way or the other. So they took the field goal. Cowboys, they won. I mean, their defense was really good. The Cowboys' defense is pretty good. You know, Tony Romo, at this point in his career, has shown over and over he's going to be up and he's going to be down. He's never going to be consistent. You know, this is enough time. Like, you know, he's a good quarterback. He's not Drew Brees or Peyton Manning a few years ago or Tom Brady. He's just not that guy. He's really good, though. He's got the arm to be them. He just doesn't have the brains. The Raiders actually were involved in a really good game. As you can see, it's still playing. But they looked solid. Pittsburgh's going to have a tough year, but Pittsburgh's good enough. They should always be able to win 10, 11 games just on their guts and They just play the right way. That's a good, solid team. Houston looked really good. The Cardinals look great. They look like they could win the division. They look like they're no worse than the San Francisco 49ers. You know, all the Niners fans basically thought that San Francisco had won a Super Bowl just by going 2-0. The Niners come out today, and they're losing from the beginning of the game to the end on the road at Minnesota against a team everyone thinks is bad, but who knows? I mean, maybe Christian Ponder's good. Percy Harvin's good. Adrian Peterson's good. That tight end they have, the big white kid, is good. I mean, maybe Minnesota's good. Maybe they're going to win 9 games. Things change every year. You know, the Bengals came out of nowhere last year. The Jets a few years ago. Teams get good. Teams get bad. Maybe some teams fall off this year. And maybe Arizona Cardinals win 10, 11 games. And maybe the Redskins, you know, win 8 games. And who knows? You know, it's really early. It's hard to draw any conclusions. But C.J. Spiller, that was a gigantic injury. Like, it looks like he's going to be out for a month. So Fred Jackson will get his job back, you know, when he comes back in a few weeks. We'll see if Matt Forte does. We'll see how the Bears do. Jay Cutler looks horrific. Like, Jay Cutler looks really bad. Every year, you know, everyone expects Jay Cutler to get better. He's not going to get better. He's not a very good NFL quarterback. He's just an average quarterback. That's all he is. That's all he's ever been. That's all he's ever going to be. You know, but their defense is good enough that they could win 10 games with that team, even with Jay Cutler being sucky, really sucky. They're going to need Matt Forte back. But, I mean, it was a good Sunday. There were a couple overtime games. There was the Saints game in OT, the Finns game in OT. The Lions came back to tie this game. That Mike Lashoure kid looks legit. He looks 100% legit. So, Mike Lashoure, that's a guy you want to have on your radars. Anyhow, it's a good NFL weekend. We got Patriots and Ravens tonight. I think the Ravens are going to beat them. I do. I think the Ravens are going to win that game. And then tomorrow, I don't even remember the fucking game. Oh, Green Bay at Seattle. I think Green Bay will win that game. I know it's the road. I know Seattle's hard to play in. But I think I still believe Green Bay's the best team in the NFL. Though maybe the gap isn't as big as we thought. Balls Deep Lotto Ticket, thanks for watching. What have we learned this week on Sunday?